working together was fascinating. And we weren't quite sure how each other worked. I didn't want to offend him. I didn't know what he would be prepared to do or experiment with, how loose he'd be. But in fact, he's an extraordinary improviser. He was capable of coming up with great melodies spontaneously. I think there's only 2 or 3 other musicians I've ever met who can do that. But I think what he had perhaps better than them was the sense of overall structure. As he was going into an improvisation, it seemed as if he'd have the sense of timing, the build, the peaks, the valleys, and the climaxes all in his head, or it was magnificent composition if he didn't carry it in his head. So it was an amazing experience to be able to work with him, and I miss him enormously. Unlike many artists working with devotional music, I think Nusrat was very open and very generous and willing to try almost anything with anyone who was enthusiastic. And it was great for us. We had wonderful chances, and working on the music for the Passion soundtrack. It was, I think, probably the most magical evening of that whole recording. And there's a scene in the film which comes the carrying of the Christ carrying the cross, and it is deeply spiritual music for me, and I think Scorsese too was delighted with that performance, and it's really Nusrat's voice that builds it and lifts it. We worked together live a couple of times. The last time was in Los Angeles for a human rights organization, Witness, and we had perhaps 2 rehearsals prior to this filming in front of a large TV audience. And each time he was coming up with very different improvisations, and they were stunning. I'm very pleased that we'd had quite a few years working together prior to that, and that there was a relationship and trust, because I think that would have been a little difficult otherwise. But I think, we both tried to make space for each other to do what we could. I mean, me more on the arrangement side, and him in terms of the voice, but it is a performance that I'll remember always, and I think blew away a lot of the Hollywood audience.